Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Thank you very much for joining me on Inter Worldwide Old School Match Reaction. It has been a long time since I've done something like this. All season I haven't done anything like this. No software, no StreamYard, but you know what? We kick back. It's a nice day. I'm actually going to just make sure I get a little bit more sunlight for this particular video. That's a bit better. All right. So, Inter 2, Atalanta 2. Very, very emotional match. Very fatiguing match, especially for those of us who are up watching at a horrible time at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hence the lack of appearances after the game. So thank you to Mo and Sama for holding it down on Inter Worldwide. But most importantly, let's talk about what was a fantastic game of football. A real dense, emotional fixture, full of counter-attacking flow, full of end-to-end fluidity. And what a game from Atalanta, because, you know, they're such a good side. You really need to respect them. Russian Malinovsky is such a good player. We might need to start thinking of him as a player for Inter because he is such a good player. In terms of the first half, we started off very, very strong. We were definitely the more intense of the two sides. The goal for Lautaro Martinez is brilliant. The finish is brilliant, even though it sort of more comes off his shin. Barella, with his usual world-class performances, in my opinion. We all know how much of a Barella fan I am, but today he was just next level once again. Sorry, I was just getting a little cold. He gets an 8.5 to 9 out of 10 for me today. Rightfully subbed off so he can get some rest. But the disappointing thing for me is going to be this. And I'm not going to talk for very long because at the end of the day, guys, Atalanta's a very hard team. They are going to compete with us till the end. They are going to challenge for the league. It's match day 6 around Europe at the moment, and we're at the point where Brentford are drawing 3-3 with Liverpool. Manchester United are losing at home. We've got big teams dropping points. Alaves beat Atletico Madrid. Barcelona's dropping points left, right, and center. Real Madrid as well. It's not necessarily that we drop points today against Atalanta. Even if we are at home, 1 point against Atalanta is not a bad result. Missing a penalty with a few minutes to go is not good. But we're not here to rag on Dimarco for that. Should have he really been the one taking the penalty? With Dzeko on the pitch, Perisic, Brozovic, with Sanchez on there as well. A lot of people will argue that those players have missed a lot of penalties in their life though. So make of it what you want. Make of it what you will. What I want to talk about again is just something that I've spoken about on most videos, man. And I don't care if I sound like a broken record. We need to fix the goalkeeper situation ASAP. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of all the time being in a situation where Handanovic could have done better, even if it's not 100% his fault. We're not asking him to make world-class saves every 2 seconds. But at the same time, can you just do the fundamentals right? Like, he's not necessarily at fault for those goals, but better goalkeepers do better. Younger goalkeepers do better. The rumors for Onana are picking up quite intensely now, to the point where we might even put a little bit of money down in January. If that's the case, then it really shows the faith that the club has in Handanovic going forward. It's not about ragging on him, it's about just common sense, man. And people were saying, like, it's a delicate situation because you have to take the captaincy off him. No, you don't. You don't. What kind of whingy situation would that be? Ranocchia was captain for how long when he wasn't even on the pitch? There is no reason why we can't give the captaincy over, or Handanovic can't stay the captain next season while not starting the game. Just because on paper it doesn't say you're the captain doesn't mean you can't behave like that on the pitch, especially with a captain mentoring you. Okay? So all in all, I needed a lot of sleep, and I got the sleep, and I woke up, I'm like, you know what, that result against Atalanta, that's not a bad result. And the fact that after we missed the penalty, we still had a couple of chances, you know? I will say that in terms of our play, Inzaghi is really likes to commit men forward, and he really likes to play with freedom, and that's starting to cut us open a little bit in midfield, especially against better sides. So the defense is staying strong, the defense is doing well, but against bigger sides like Atalanta, today we saw what can happen if we're not focused. And guess what? This is usually what happens to us in the Champions League. So let's try and move forward. We've got big games against Shakhtar coming up. I forget who we've got next weekend, but I know we've got some hard games coming up in Italy as well. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to Inter Worldwide Football Worldwide. Forza Inter. Ciao.